We are once more outside the city to test the active track capabilities of the DJI Mini 4 Pro. This is a significant upgrade compared to the previous versions, no doubt about that, because the drone has full 360 omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. So hopefully, even though it is super windy today, I will be able to drive down this path where I've been before, next to the wind turbines here in the southern part of Denmark, and the drone will be capable of dodging all the obstacles on the way. On top of that, we will try some of the features that is kind of redesigned compared to what we have seen in the earlier versions. So let's get it airborne. The DJI Mini 4 has some pretty hefty slow motion capabilities. It can do 100 FPS in 4K. And of course we're going to try this because we will have a lot of motion when we are testing out the active track. But let's start by just putting it into 4K 25 FPS for the first run. We have a fully charged battery, so we would also have an idea of the flight time that you'll be getting under these rough conditions with the Mini 4 Pro. Let's just make sure that we stay below the turbine blades. So the first standard test that we're going to do is we're going to set the drone here in a relatively low height. There. Then we're going to mark it. We're going to do active track. And we press go. And then you will see a new control that has been designed here in the lower left corner, which makes it a little bit easier to sort of predict what the drone is doing. So we just wanted to follow us from behind. So we press start and then we continue to drive. And then the drone hopefully should follow along. It follows along nicely. Yes, yes. Should be absolutely no issues there. So it passes nicely, on the side of the wind turbine. So we are not moving that fast here because I want to make sure that we stay on the road. But it's still keeping up. Because we are in the EU, there's not allowed the separation between the drone and me and the remote is not allowed to be more than 50 meters. So the drone will automatically sort of lose me if the separation gets bigger than that, and it will just stay in one position hovering. But right now it's just following along very nicely. So whoopsie. See which way it goes with the wind turbine here. Oh, I really don't like that part. It looks really, really dramatic when you see it on the screen. Let's see if we can change the position of the drone here. We can still use this active track thing, go, and then let's say that we want the drone to go on the right side. And it will automatically do that once we start driving. Everything is recording, so at least that is what it's supposed to do. So now hopefully it will be trying to, it still stays. So now it's going to the right side. It is still. It's not doing exactly what I wanted to do. No. Yeah, maybe it's trying. It's trying. Okay, a little bit to the side, yeah. So, looks nice. Yeah. So. The preferred tracking position from a DJI drone is on the tail of the subject that it's tracking. I did manage to wreck the drone actually in a test that I did earlier today when I was walking in my father's garden. I don't know, whoa. Whoa. Let's just try and now switch it into the slow motion mode. So if I just go in here, I can go into slow motion. And now I will get the capabilities of 1080p, but I can switch it into 4K. And then it automatically jumps into 100 FPS. The footage is actually slowed down. When you offload it, it's actually slowed down, so you can use it as a slow down footage directly out of the drone. So that is super nice. All right, we have active track here. Go. We want it in front. So tracking will start once we start driving here. We want to make sure that we start recording, and then we go. See what it's doing. If it stays in front of me. Yeah, it actually does. So it has a little bit hard time fighting the wind here. I can see it up there. It's really nice. It's just sitting there. So, yeah. How does that look? How does it look? Does it look nice? What I want to do now is I basically want to put it out here. Something like this. That'd be a nice one. Maybe up like this. Then I can say active track and I can say go. And then I get this, I don't know, parallel. That's what I want. That's what I want. So, put the controller down. See what it does. And it should stay here on the side. Probably it will not do that once we get to the corner here. Let's see what's going on. Let's just move so that this looks really nice. So now there's a wind turbine here around the corner, and either we have a drone or we have not. Woohoo! See if it. Yeah. Yeah. This looks great. It works reasonably well. I said that on my previous test, and then I crashed it.
Interesting.
It almost happened here again, man. I can't say that. I can't say that. It's not legal for me to say this. It's not legal for me to say it. Where is it? It's stuck up there somewhere. So, back it away. So it got stuck behind those branches up there, but at least it didn't crash this time. That could have been fun. There's like a ditch over there, probably filled with water. Let's see. Yeah, that would be really fun. We just went in there. So, okay. So now, active track, and we just let it, basically follow me from behind until we are back to our starting point. So, let's go. The more you do these parallel things and stuff like that, oh man, these branches are getting it's a little bit nerve-wracking. See what it does here? What does it do? What does it do? What does it do? Can it figure it out? Can it figure it out? Yes, it can. So. So now we're back at the starting point. That was kind of a thrilling experience. I guess I need to stop saying that it's doing well, because it listens, and yeah, you can see what happens. 2 videos in a row. So I hope this gave you a sort of an idea of what is possible doing active track. Of course, you can't 100% rely on the sensors to save your drone. You can put yourself into situations, but 99 times out of 100 it goes well, and it's definitely a lot better than the previous model, the Mini 3 Pro, and a whole lot better than the Mini 2. This is just super nice. This is sort of the spotlight mode, and because you don't need to worry about the drone is crashing, you can just fly it around. So if I just fly against the car here, so hopefully it will, yeah, turn around. Just be aware, if you use the sport mode, the sensors are not available. You can very easily get tempted to switch it into sport mode when it's being yeah, sort of pushed like it is here from the wind. You want it to move faster, but then you lose the protection of the drone. Just be aware of that. As you can see, the background, the home point, is sort of virtually marked. That's kind of nice. It's actually done in a way, so if I move it out here and I decide to press return to home, I get a sort of a visual indication on the screen. So long press it. So I get a virtual, so I can see basically there's a path that goes towards the point, sort of the home point. In this case, it's positioned way above the home point. I think it's because we have, I think it's because it's set to 100 meters. So what it basically does, it goes towards 100 meters and then it starts to decline. So back safe on the ground. There's no doubt that you're draining the battery significantly faster when you're flying under windy conditions like these. So I hope that gave you an impression about how well the active track is performing on the DJI Mini 4 Pro. It is a lot better than what we have seen in the past. It's still not 100% reliable. Maybe it's the logic behind the control that I don't really get, but it seems a lot easier to make it do what you want it to do. Also, you have an extra layer of safety from these protruding 360 obstacle avoidance sensors that you have around the drone. But just a recommendation, don't trust it 100%. Be careful when you're flying in close proximity to obstacles. I know I've just done the opposite, but I also not paid for this drone as this was sent to me by DJI. So it's much easier for me to go out and put this drone into extreme test without have to worry about it. Yeah, I would be a little bit ashamed if I lost it because I've kind of liked it. But it is a different story if you're using your hard-earned money to buy a drone like this. You should, of course, show some caution when you're flying in close proximity to objects. In case that you missed some of the other videos that I've made about the Mini 4 Pro, especially if you're looking at the buyer's guide that I made for all the consumer drones from DJI, which you can access through this card. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then feel free to give a like. If you didn't like it, feel free to press the dislike button twice. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you around.